Welcome back, guys, on my YouTube channel. Today I finally have another rally bike build here on the channel. It took a while, but this is the 701 LR, and this is an adventure bike that I built, and now rebelxsports is putting it up for sale, as this was a display bike, completely brand new, just used for the trade shows to show the products. But with no further ado, let me start explaining all the features, all that I have installed on this special adventure build. First of all, this is based on the 701 standard version, which we converted in the LR version. Reason for this is because the 701 from 2016 to 2018 or 19 had the front fork with the longer travel. Since 2020 model, the travel of the forks has been shortened, and also the frame color has changed, and I believe the white frame looks way better than the blue frame. The first intervention we did was to install the LR version fuel tank on the front. We still have the OEM tank on the rear. This is approximately, I think, 25 liters total of fuel, but there is a small problem when you install the LR version tank, which is it covers the air filter, and to clean the air filter, it's impossible without removing the tank. But we all know we don't want to remove the tank every time we go riding. For this reason, we also went under the seat, we modified the air box, and we put a toolbox. This is from Raid Garage, really useful plug and play system, and it gives you place for all your tools or jacket or other things under your seat. But most of all, it turned the bike into a foam filter by Twin Air, which you can remove and clean very easily, just removing the seat. On the seat, we installed the Selle della Valle factory rally seat cover. This is in the quick dry leather, so if you ride in the rain, you won't have to worry about having your butt wet. We have the camels, so under the camels is a layer of memory foam, adding comfort to your seat, but also adding grip when you are sliding towards the back of the bike when you're up on trails. Back to the tanks, we also changed the cap, because you have a key to open the cap, and this is not really comfortable when you're off-road riding, especially because since the 701 has really big tanks, it does vapor lock because there is not enough breathing with the normal key cap. So we went for a CNC filler cap that replaces the OEM, and the Acerbis cap in plastic, because that is easy also to replace in case you lose it. And as we'll see after, we have the same cap on our bash plate as a spare part, always with you. Now that we are on the side of the bike, you can see the design of the sticker kits. These are made in crystal, glossy finish. We tried to give a factory look to the bike, so very simple, just Husqvarna logos and the 701 logos. But working on the rear graphic, we managed to make the bike, in my opinion, look much slimmer than it is. Other parts we added is the Tecmo carbon clutch cover and the swing arm carbon cover. This gives a really nice touch to the bike, more from an aesthetic point of view, but also on the clutch cover it adds protection in case of crash. The foot pegs have been changed. We put the rally replica foot pegs, which are much wider than the OEM, because the 701 is a pretty wide bike, and with the OEM foot pegs you end up having your foot slide off the foot peg many times when you're in muddy situation. With these you have much more comfort on transfer sections, but also you can apply much more force when you are on trails trying to go up some steep uphill. Now we are on to the most interesting part of this build. We have here a Garmin Montana, the new 750. It's installed directly on the handlebar, thanks to this patent pending CNC machined handlebar riser that I personally designed. Eventually it will make it on the market. Speaking also about CNC machining, we changed the brake cap and the clutch cap with the Husqvarna factory ones. But also we have here on the handlebar the switch to select which fuel pump we want to use, because there is a rear fuel pump for the rear tank and a front fuel pump for the front tank. It's very intuitive The front arrow is the front tank, the rear arrow is the rear tank. This is also fundamental for adventure riding, because if we are going around the world or going in some trip like to Morocco or any place in Africa, if we have one fuel pump fail, we will always have a backup and we can always use one of the two tanks. To install all these parts, I had to change the OEM switch panel. I went with the Enduro switch panel. This is much smaller. I believe even in case of crash, it's more difficult to damage. And this was the only way in which I can eventually add a thumb switch to command the tablet. Moving on to the nav tower, we went fully digital with this Samsung Galaxy Active tablet with this special mount that charges the tablet but also has a key, so that if we stop at any bar or any place to pick up something, we won't have to worry about someone stealing our tablet. This tablet is based on Android. You can load all different apps, including the DMD2 app, which is the one developed by the guys from Carpe Eater. And this means that the CI controller that you saw on my other like Tenere builds can work with the Samsung tablet, meaning we can control and move around the map without having to take our hands off the handlebar and doing it from the thumb switch. Furthermore, on this tablet, like all Android tablets, you can load a roadbook. So this could mean that you could take part in a rally and have the digital roadbook. All is installed on the plug-and-play, street-legal, TÜV-approved rally kit from rebelxsports. This is a full plug-and-play system, including the wiring harness. The nav tower has the dashboard, the OEM dashboard, replaced on the tower so that it provides a better visibility when riding. But other than the mount for the tablet, here potentially you can place either another GPS or even a roadbook holder. Amongst the many features of the rebelxsports rally kit, behind the tablet we have the placement for another device. This can be a smartphone, you could put your quad lock, you could put a GoPro if you want to film when you're out on the trails. And in case you don't have a big tablet, but you have, let's say, the Garmin GPS, you can even put 2 GPS systems. And if you're really bad at navigation, you could maybe put 3 Garmin GPS, just so that you don't get lost anywhere. On the side of the tower, you can see we have here the voltmeter display, which will give you the power output of the battery, letting you know if you're running low on your battery, so that you don't end up in the middle of the desert with no power, because on the 701 we don't have a Kickstarter. Under here you have 2 quick charge USB ports if you need to charge your phone or any other device, but also these quick charge USB ports can be activated or deactivated just with a switch, meaning you can turn them on only when you need them. Moving on to the other side of the tower, we have our usual fuse box used in Dakar Rally and used also by factory teams to power everything on the nav tower, so that we will never have to run any wire to the battery, in order to avoid having to run any wire all the way to the battery. This makes the installation very easy, and if we want to swap devices also, it's very easy. And in case we have any issues, if a fuse breaks, the LED turns on, red LED, so you'll know immediately it's just a fuse you need to change. And if we need to change the wiring, it's gonna be just pull out and change the wire. This fuse box can be used also in rain, in pouring rain, as in Dakar Rally and other rallies. It's being used because if you need to access the panel of the fuses, you just remove the plastic cover and you'll be able to change the fuse, so the fuses are all protected. From behind there you can see we have also a space in the tower to put either a medical kit or a tool bag, or the rain jacket and rain gear, but since we have a lot of space under the seat, my recommendation is to put your rain gear or a medical kit to always have with you. Now, looking at the front of the bike, we have the Rally Replica windshield. This is in a special nylon, so very flexible. This is a production part, so you're getting exactly what Toby Price and the other KTM and Husqvarna factory riders are running on. The full front nav tower windscreen panels kit is TÜV approved, so you can get it registered also in Germany and in Switzerland. On this particular build, we placed some small Barracuda turn indicators, LED. Everything is protected by the windscreen, and this kit is not only a kit that lets you add instruments and placing devices on it, but it's designed to improve the aerodynamics of your bike, improve your wind protection, because the factory Husqvarna Dakar bike was fully 3D scanned, and then the windshield and all the fairing was placed at the exact same angle and position as the factory team bike in order to get the same airflow so that you could go fly through the desert. The particular thing of this windshield is that the design is made so that the wind goes to the side of the rider, and these deflect the air away from the legs, so even in winter this is useful. The whole windshield is held in place with quick release buckles, no need of tools to remove it so that we can access the nav tower. Behind the windshield is also street legal HELA LED lights. You have high beam, low beam and position light. The wiring harness of these lights is included in the kit. You just plug it in. All is sealed in this headlight mask, and with this headlight cover, in between the headlight mask and the stone guard, there is also a sealing inside the little line in order that no dust and no dirt will get inside. When you'll go in the mud, you'll just have to wipe with your hand and you'll have light again. From this side of the bike, you can also see the handguards. We went with closed aluminum handguards. These are OEM Husqvarna accessory handguards. They add the rigidity in case you go in the bushes. If you're in Australia, you know how important it is to ride with really strong handguards. From this point of view, you can see other accessories that were installed on this 701 LR Special Edition because we really wanted to spec it out at the max. We have the ignition carbon cover, we have the heat shield for the exhaust in carbon, and we have a different exhaust. We have the Arrow exhaust with the black muffler and the carbon cap. This is street legal, it comes with homologation. This entire bike is fully homologated to go on the streets in any country. And if you wish, like now Giacomo will show you the images from EICMA, because this bike was displayed at the ENDURISTAN stand, you can add luggage bags on the bike and go on your next adventure. This bike has a big plain surface where you can strap on the Endurista luggage bags. They're really nice because you don't need any hard structure, which I personally don't recommend you put a luggage rack on your 701 because the rear tank is very expensive and you don't want to take any risk in braking, because when you have a hard luggage rack, if you crash hard, then you might have the luggage rack damage other stuff and maybe even stop your ride. Whereas with the Enduristan bags, you just put them over the bike, they're fully waterproof, you can put your clothes inside, you reach the hotel, take them off and take them to the room. Looking then at other carbon parts we have also the sprocket Tecmo cover, but now let me show you also the bash plate of this bike. Looking at the bash plate, this is fully in aluminium and it has this incredible feature where it protects also the rear brake. Inside the bash plate, we have a plastic tank. This can be used either to carry water or in most cases to carry some extra fuel. This bike clearly is a bike that if you want to embark on a world travel adventure, you have all you need to enjoy, have fun, but also travel long distances without any fuel stations. The plastic tank has the same cap as the fuel tanks, meaning if by any chance we lose one of the fuel caps, we always will have a spare here. Then we have a little cap that we can open or close so that we can take off any liquid we have, fuel or water, inside the tank without the need of taking down the bash plate. Here is a hole, we open, we just put maybe a piece of hose and we can pour, for example, the fuel in a bottle and fill the tanks back up. Other small details are these caps, also CNC machined in Husqvarna blue. Just this gives you the idea of how much attention we placed in building this bike, because this was the bike used for displaying it in trade shows. It was the bike that was used to take the photos of the products. In the end, if you are interested in this bike, it's gonna be sold by rebelxsports at a really interesting price, because putting all the accessories together and the build, we are looking at a bike that has a value of over 20,000 euros, and they're selling it for around 15,000 euros. Considering that a brand new 701 is 11,000 euros. Be sure that if you're interested, contact rebelxsports. I'll put below the email address so that you can ask any further question. We are at the end of this other epic adventure bike build. If you have any question on this build or any question on any accessories I placed on, leave a comment below. Let me know if you own a 701, what's your experience. This front street legal rally kit can be placed also on the 690, as you've seen here on the channel with my other builds. Now we will move on to other interesting adventure bike builds. I'm having lots of Yamaha Tenere coming, and we also have some KTM 890 Adventure that we will transform completely. Plus, also some enduro bikes. Thanks guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my Instagram page, to the channel, to stay updated, cause some really big news is coming in 2022, cause we have some ongoing projects we've been working for 1 year that are coming out. See you in the next one. Ciao.